Mary meet Gemini. Gemini sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Geminis starting today, the 11th of December, 2024. I am today reading with this beautiful Bosch Tarot deck. I'll get my coffee out of the shot there without spilling it. And I've already purified with this beautiful Vervain by Fragonard, and you can find links to purchase each of these products right in the video description of this video on YouTube. Let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Geminis. Starting out with the 7 of Swords, and then we've got the 8 of Cups, and then this beautiful Wheel of Fortune. You're doing great, Gemini. Turnarounds. I love the 7 of Swords because it was like so bleak or so conflicted or something bad, and it just is turning around and things are working out in a beautiful new way. And Venus is really active, beautifying an ugly situation. And really upgrading it for you, and it's wonderful, and it's up to you with this 8 here. This is the card of intuition. It's up to you to be guided so that you see that's what's happening, and you're not projecting old ideas onto what's really happening. You want to accept and to optimize this upgrade that's happening. And sometimes when we're kind of bogged down by our own thoughts and memories of what happened, we miss out on the fact that it's changing. We miss out on seeing that it's turning around, and it's not like that anymore. So I'm hoping that's not you, but if it is you, take a look, and take a second look, a third look at some things, and notice how things are really cleaning up and turning around in a wonderful way for you, and getting you ready for a big expansion. That Wheel of Fortune is such a big expansion, and it really asks you to be centered. It really asks you to be centered and relaxed and somewhat focused, which can be a challenge for a mutable air sign, I understand. But for now, that's what you're being asked to be, because that's how you're going to catch the wave here of this expansion. And this expansion is happening on a very large level. You want to be like this owl on the top of the wheel that's just having it all happen to them, rather than being all of these creatures that are in the compartments of the wheels, or in some of the older decks hanging onto the edges of the wheel. Because then as the wheel goes fast enough to create that expansion that we're talking about, it's very volatile. But if you're centered and you're on top of things and you're focused, it's not volatile at all. You're just receiving all the benefits from it. So if things are feeling volatile, it's not because something's bad, it's because you're on the wrong part of the wheel. So just get centered instead, get focused, and just watch all of the good come to you. Let's see, we've got this World card followed by a 2 of Cups. And then this beautiful Temperance card. Okay, the other thing too, Gemini, that I want you to be really clear on is that you don't need to be fixed. You're not broken, and there's nothing wrong with you. No matter what you think you've done, or somebody else might have told you in the past or presently, you're if you Ariel, if you look at yourself and just imagine how infinite intelligence sees you versus how you see yourself, very different. Infinite intelligence does not look at you and say, I don't know, I don't really like it, but maybe with some help. That's not how infinite intelligence sees you. Infinite intelligence looks at you and sees your soul bright and shining and says, I love Gemini. Gemini is so beautiful. One of my most beautiful creations. It says that about all the creations, but just no judgment, no wishing that you were better. Right? So you don't need to, you're not going to get ahead by thinking that you're broken, or by thinking that you're not enough, or by thinking that you need to fill up a gap somewhere, or whatever it is, and being all impatient with yourself. I should be so much farther along. How come I'm not whatever, ... fill in the blank. None of that. That is an old ego ploy that's trying to keep you down. And we do it to ourselves. We all do it. It's not just you. We all do it to some degree, but it's ready to be cleared. And that's why it's up here. Whatever is on the way up is on the way out. So in fact, if this is up for you, celebrate that. Oh, good. I get to see a pattern that I'm no longer going to play on. I'm no longer going to play. I'm not going to play that pattern. I'm gonna push delete. I'm not going to be involved in these ideas of I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not far enough along. Any of that, whatever it is. And because what that does is it cuts you off from your communication with your inner guide. Imagine you were in the room with somebody who is telling you massive truths, and every time they opened their mouth, you said, and blah, 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 blah. You would never hear what they had to say. So you don't need to tell yourself anything about how, or God or whatever, whoever you're talking to, that you're not good enough. And that you're not where you need to be, or any of that. What you need to do instead is shut down the talking and listen to that inner guidance that is going to show you not only that yes, you are good enough, yes, you are perfect the way you are, and through that understanding and the realization of that perfection, this is what you have to look forward to: expansion of your good and all blessing, all healing, all peace, all joy. This temperance card is amazing. And I love how this, these are a little, quite different than the more traditional cards, but this is a lovely picture of this. Is supposed to, usually an angel. So we'll just say that's an angel in disguise, mixing up a vat of angelic medicine for you. And it's a sweet tasting elixir that's specific for you. Your guardian angel knows exactly what you need, what you want, right? Can't force you to drink it, just like your intuition can't force you to listen to it. So quiet down the mind, stop talking about how things aren't good enough or how you're not good enough, and instead listen to the intuition, listen to the guidance of your inner guide, and accept the healing that is already for you. It's in it. It's like she's poured it from these jugs into this beautiful chalice and is giving it to you and waiting for you to drink it. But you can't drink while you're talking. You can't drink while you're talking and talking and talking about how bad you are or how things aren't working out for you or whatever your thing is. I think a lot of times too, we think that that's being humble. We think that we're being very spiritual by talking about, how we're not there yet, or, not tooting our own horn and that kind of thing. And on one hand, you're right. You don't want to be arrogant in that regard, but it's not arrogant to realize that the infinite didn't make a mistake with you. It's not arrogant for you to realize that you're beloved by the universe, and that there's nothing that you could have ever said or done that's going to change the universe's mind about you. That's not arrogant. It's just comforting to know, because it's the truth. So when you can understand that, this conversation of I'm not good enough, or I'm not enough, or I'm not where I'm supposed to be is moot. And we want it to be moot. We want you to stop it and listen instead to the good, wonderful news that the infinite is sending to you through your intuition and getting you ready for this big expansion. Now, this world card is also a reminder that you already have the winning hand in your life. You were dealt the winning hand in your life, and you have all the protection and all the empowerment that you need. But nobody can force you to play the card. Nobody can force you to do anything. So you have to remind yourself that you're protected. You have to remind yourself that you're empowered. You have to remind yourself that you're loved by the infinite, that you have everything that it takes. You're always on the right path. You're always in the right place. You're always doing the right thing. Everything is coming together for you in a beautiful, wonderful way. And things are really turning around for you in a gorgeous, wonderful way. Why? Because you deserve it. Because that's how loved you are. Now, you can delay that for a long time by saying, yeah, but I'm not good enough yet, or whatever your thing is. Yeah, but I don't have enough of this, or I don't have enough of that. I remember hearing somebody talking about their singing, and they were, they were performing a lot, and they were doing well, and the audiences loved them and everything. And they're like, yeah, but I'm not where I should be yet. And my voice isn't, I don't have enough, perfection in my technique or whatever. And I remember thinking to myself, they're really missing out on a lot of success here, because they're not willing to just really dive into it, because they don't think they're good enough. And the audience didn't agree. The reviews didn't agree, but they weren't able to really lean into their success because they still didn't think they were ready. So you're ready. You're ready. And you know what? That person, they did finally get over it. It's not that they stopped working on their voice. Their voice has become nicer and more beautiful as they went along. But they didn't wait until everything was perfect, until they achieved their success. And the same thing's going to go with you. Just by recognizing that you're perfect the way you are doesn't mean that you won't keep getting better and improving yourself and doing wonderful things to make yourself better and better. But you don't have to wait for your success until you are perfect, right? You don't have to, and it's smart not to. So get in there right now, allow yourself to be, do, and have everything you want. Accept that the universe is expanding. Drink that magic elixir, play your hand, do everything you want to do, and you'll keep getting better and better as you go. You don't have to wait, and you definitely don't have to feel bad about yourself for any reason, no matter what you think you've done. The universe absolutely adores you, just the way you are. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. We'll see you in a couple weeks, Gemini. Until then, blessed be.